Hot Toys news. We've got some and I want to talk about it. Let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome to One Six Figure Focus, and in this video we're going to take a look at some of the latest Hot Toys news. Now, I normally would do individual videos every time a new product goes up for pre-order and just give my thoughts on the prototype images, and then of course I will do a release reaction when that product actually releases, just to see if like the actual product matches the prototype and stuff like that, and check out the blogger photos and all that kind of stuff. We all like to do that for, you know, if you're a 6-scale collector, that's kind of like something we all like to do. I presume if you're watching this video and you are a 6-scale collector, you know, you have Hot Toys on Facebook and you have Hot Toys on Instagram, and you kind of be refreshing and checking and stuff like that, looking forward to seeing if your favorite character gets announced or released and all that. So normally I do individual videos for all that stuff, and of course if I get the figure myself I'll do a review as well. But with this here, there's a few different things here. There's 4 news items in this video, 2 of which are just kind of images. One of course is on screen, the other one is the Captain Jack Sparrow we're going to talk about, and then we've got the blogger photos for the release, Tyler and Johnson. Now I'm not into the whole Tyler and Johnson thing. I haven't watched the movie in its entirety. I think I watched the first half an hour, so therefore I didn't want to justify doing an individual video on Tyler and an individual video on Johnson, and plus because these other 2 news articles are just 2 images each, or 1 image each should I say. That's why I'm not doing individual videos. So this one here, this is technically not brand new. This isn't something that broke today. It broke a few days ago, I think about maybe about a week ago. What you're looking at is the Hot Toys 1989 Batmobile that I suppose it's not a 2.0, because what I understand is the dimensions in this are going to be the same. I think most people are anticipating that the dimensions are going to be the same. I mean, if you look up in Sideshow, you can see the dimensions. They're the same as the original one, according to collectors who've had the original one. But people are hoping that they'll upgrade the lighting system on it, because I think the lighting system on a lot of the old ones have failed. Again, like if you're watching this video and you have one of these, and if whether the lighting has failed or not, I'm curious for you. Just leave a comment and go, look, I have the original version, my lights are still fine, or I have the original version, the lights aren't working. But I have heard that it's the lights can actually dim or burn out. So hoping that they actually, I think the original problem was the lights weren't LED, there was a different type of light or something like that. So I'm hoping for the collectors out there that are keen on this, that they upgrade the lighting system, and maybe if they add in extra detail possibly in the cockpit or something like that, or I don't know, the paint applications or whatever. I'm not sure what they could do here. From my understanding, this is just black plastic. I don't think this is black paint. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it's from speaking to people who've had it in hands that it is actually it's just actually black plastic that hasn't been painted. So yeah, let me know anyway if you have this, and if any issues with your lighting. So this the first movie I ever really loved was the 1989 Batman that Tim Burton directed, Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson starring, 1989 Batman. Just a great movie, still holds up to this day. Yeah, it's not as say, I don't think it's as good as say the Dark Knight trilogy, or didn't have the modern technology that of course that Nolan had at his disposal. But I thought what Burton did was yeah, I thought it was amazing, especially for the time, ahead of its time, I would say, and definitely launched a whole genre of comic book movies and superhero movies and all that. So I hold those first 2 movies very, very high up in terms of the nostalgia and all that. So this was something I wanted for a long time. They put this up for pre-order, I think it was last February. It was February in 2023, and they also put up the kind of a 2.0, which was a 2.0, wasn't a reissue of the DX09. So they have, like, you know, updated kind of a cape and updated mouth plates and stuff like that, and paint application, and of course you have Vicky Vale's shoe, random accessory, and the kind of gargoyle base and stuff like that, the staircase base, which looks great. So naturally I jumped on the 2 of these. Then Jazz Inc. come out and say they're going to do their own version of the 1989 Batmobile, and I started reading a bit more into it. From what I understand, the original, and don't worry if you're American, this is metric, but you don't have to do any conversions. The original actual Batmobile from 1989, the one they used on set for the most part was 660 centimeters, so 6.6 meters. So true 6 scale, you divide that by 6, it should be 1 meter and 10 centimeters. That's what the Jazz ink is going to be. Of course, then the extra stuff that comes with that, like, you know, you have the iridescent paint, you have there's a remote control that has sound effects, and of course I think it has that kind of that steam kind of effect as well coming out the back. Was it like the 2022 had? You know, you press a button and it kind of, I think smoke comes out the back, smoke effect. You have what I believe is going to be increased and better detail. There's a few other things about it as well. I think the turbine spins as well. There's numerous different things on it. So basically, I was in a position where I think that both of these are going to be good, but I think the Jazz Ink one is going to be better. And I said that in my video when I first saw this one come out, and I was like, you know what? The Jazz Ink, it's just a bit bigger. It'll put more pressure on my display case. It'll put a lot more pressure on the wallet because it's twice the price. I've never owned a Jazz Ink product before, so it's a risk. And I wasn't willing to put the money down. But then I saw the Jazz Ink prototype images, and I gotta say it won me over. Absolutely won me over. Plus that, pair that with my brand new display, and I'm working on getting new module cases. Just to be clear, the lead-ins are going nowhere. They're brand new and I'm very happy with them. I love displaying one figure per shelf, but I'm using a riser at the moment and it's doing the job, but it feels a bit cheap compared to the rest of it. It's just wood. I'd rather something a bit more sturdy, and if I can get something that's sturdier, customized to be the same width as these 7 lead-ins, and then that I can display vehicles, like, that's a win-win-win. So I'm for the last few months basically been in contact with Brian and kind of sending back and forth ideas and stuff like that, and they've been built there. They started being built there a few months back, so hopefully they'll be due to ship eventually. But yeah, so my point is that now I have the ability to display probably 2 vehicles of this size. So I went back and forth and back and forth. I think the both vehicles are going to be great. Okay, I do think the Jazz Ink one is going to be better. However, I can appreciate if someone doesn't want to spend that amount of money. It's literally twice the price. This is about $750-ish. The Jazz Ink is $1,500. Then you cost shipping and tax and stuff like that. It is not going to be cheap. But I finally bit the bullet and I cancelled my HotToys 1989 Batmobile. Reached out to Line Rock Toys and I said, look, can I don't want them to lose out money as well because I have a good relationship with them. I said, look, can you, I'm cancelling this, but I don't want you to lose out the money and deposit and stuff like that. I don't want to lose my deposit. Can we put that onto the tumbler instead, and I'll buy basically a vehicle of equal value off you? And that's exactly what I did, because now I'll be able to have the 1989 in one of these shelves that I have, these kind of display cases that will act as risers and display cases, and then the tumbler, so the tumbler in one and the Jazz Ink 1989 in the other. But this here, I've gone off on a side rant, but I'm really enthusiastic about this car, because it's, when I think of the Batmobile, this is what I think of. I just think it's an amazing, slick looking car, and as much as I appreciate the 2022 and the 66 and the Tumbler, I think of Batmobile, and the animated one as well, when I think of the Batmobile, this is the one that springs to mind. This is the car. I'm glad I have the Tumbler though as well, looking forward to getting that set up. But this was posted, HotToys posted, not this on their Facebook or Instagram, they posted this to Secret Base and basically saying, these are the dimensions of the box. So for people in Hong Kong, you make a decision. Do you want to come and collect it and store yourself? But this box is huge, or if we can use our shipping service and post it to you. So the dimensions here: 108 centimeters in length, 50 centimeters, I believe it's 50 centimeters in depth, and 32 centimeters high. Now they are not the dimensions of the Batmobile, they're the dimensions of the box, because the dimensions of the length of this Batmobile is 1 meter. And that was one of the kind of points of contention, because it's not true 1/6 scale, it's a little bit shorter. Still going to look great, but it is a bit short. And if you're a stickler for detail and you really want that proper 1/6 scale, like the Jazz Ink might possibly be the one for you. That's the decision I've made. I know it's more expensive. I don't own a Jazz Ink product. I know it's going to be a potential risk, but then again, I've seen Yoast take care of people when they have had issues, so I'm confident enough it's going to turn out well and they'll be looked after. So I'm really looking forward to that. I went with the Jazz Ink simply because I just, this particular vehicle means a lot to me, and I want to get the best version out there, and I accept that it's going to be expensive. This one here is still going to look incredible though. And I've seen it, I haven't actually seen it in person, but I've seen it in like numerous different videos and some of my friends on and stuff like that. But so this is going to be a bit short, but then again, who's going to know? I mean, Is it going to bother you? Are you going to notice? Would you have noticed it if it hadn't put out you? If it hasn't been pointed out to you? So this is going to be 100 centimeters in length, that car, but the box is 108 basically. So this here was put out so that people actually, you know, could make the decisions whether to collect it in secret base themselves or to get it to ship. So that's it. This looks incoming, and I still think it looks incredible. Really looking forward to hopefully to do those updates for the people that are getting this one. So moving on to the next piece of news. This is one I'm not interested in, simply because I've seen the 5 Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I found them entertaining, but just not into the whole pirates thing. Kind of lost to me, and I probably won't ever watch these movies again. But Johnny Depp's character, Captain Jack Sparrow, he's a fan favorite, and to be honest, he kind of carried those movies for me. If I didn't, if it wasn't in it, I probably wouldn't have watched them. So, I liked his character. You know what? Actually, I think I'm being a bit harsher. I think I would go back and give him a second watch, purely for his performance as Captain Jack Sparrow and kind of like quirkiness and just a bit of a rascal and all that. But no, I wouldn't have any interest in this. However, this is Artisan, and it is, so basically HotToys teased this. They put it up in their official Facebook and Instagram. I think it was yesterday or the day before, and basically said, look, this is incoming. It's going to be Artisan. Had the little Artisan logo, and it had the, you know, the new version, the new rooted hair. They're doing the lamb's wool hair, I think it is. And I'm really impressed by, the one thing that stood out to me is this dreadlock, because it looks like the dreadlocks if they were actually on a real person. That kind of, I know, the kind of texture they have on it. So there's a lot going on here. You have the braids here on the right, in the middle you have these 2 dreadies, and on the left you have just like some regular hair. The detail on this is insane. Like the strap here, I really hope for the collectors who want to get this that first of all that they can secure it, because they're probably going to do a lottery for this. And the lottery is basically the best thing ever if you get it, and it's the worst thing ever if you don't get it. So I've yet to engage in any of these lotteries because they haven't done anything that I want. I mean, they've done the Artisan Joker. I have the in-art, so why would I bother? They've done the Anakin, Artisan Anakin. I'm not the biggest prequel fan. I don't collect the prequels. Why would I bother? The Umber Trooper, no chance. Or Wanda, yeah, Wanda. I wouldn't mind the sculpted version of Wanda. That's something I might look at later on. But anyway, back to this. The detail looks incredible. I'm very impressed for the little bit of the hair that I can see, the detail on that. Like, look what's going on here. You've got this kind of undershirt here. You've got his skin tone underneath there, little braids and the beard and stuff like that. You got the strap, which unfortunately probably will be pleather. I really hope it's not pleather. Even if it's not leather, give us something that doesn't peel for the people that want it. These old-fashioned guns, I love them. The kind of the belt buckle, because it looks like he wears 2 or 3 different belts or something like that. The kind of holsters. It looks like kind of almost a gold or bronze or something holster that is putting into the coat itself, the brown coat, all the buttons and stuff like that. I can't remember what this thing he's holding. Is it a compass or what is it? Or I can't remember. Like, again, I watched these movies once during lockdown and haven't gone back to it. You've got the wheel as well. They've already done a DX version of this, and I'm pretty sure it came with the wheel as well. I think they've done 2 DX's versions of this. Anyway, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. So this is exciting. I've heard a lot of people calling out for another Jack Sparrow, and I'm pretty sure I've heard people calling out for an Artisan Jack Sparrow. So HotToys kind of giving the fans what they want. And look, it's not Marvel, it's not Star Wars, it's not DC. So that's a good segue back into these guys. Tyler and Johnson, these are from an Asian movie called Warriors of Future. I watched the first half an hour and I really wasn't feeling it. I'll probably go back and watch them. So from what I gather, the movie's not great. And what I mean by that is, even though I haven't seen it, so I don't know if it's good or not. I've only seen the first half an hour and it didn't really look, I turned it off after half an hour. Whatever I was doing took priority. Now if the movie had been that intriguing, I would have either finished watching it or said, right, I'm going to come back and rewatch that again, but I didn't. So that's not a good sign. But I don't know how it finishes, so I'm not in a position to say the movie is good or bad. But people who I'm friends with, who I would consider they have kind of similar taste to mine, or taste, or I respect their opinions, or I would say like they have good taste, as in we like a lot of similar things. They're saying, nah, not for you. Now they could be wrong, but I haven't seen the movie. I gotta say, these look incredible though, both Tyler and Johnson. Tyler is one with the green eyes. I'm gonna say eyes, I mean talk about the actual suit eyes, and of course Johnson is the one with the red eyes. So let's take a look at Tyler first. They're very, very similar, to be fair. So these look incredible though. I gotta say, these mech suits, I just think they look incredible. They were cool in Edge of Tomorrow. They were cool in The Matrix, I think, Reloaded and Revolutions. The Alien Power Loader, that probably inspired a lot of future science fiction movies to incorporate these mech suits and stuff like that. They were in Avatar as well, weren't they? Yeah, they're just very, very cool. The idea of sure, even Iron Man in a way is a mech suit, really. This human that gets into this armor that's articulated and has different weaponry and stuff like that. Just really, really cool. So whether it's the Ironmonger or the Mark III or whatever. So just looking at this, first of all, weird observation, but just even like the little kind of the military kind of like font here, 26 stamped onto them. The gun on the front here, just a kind of a quick access holster that he's got. Strange way he's holding a knife. It's a science fiction movie, and it's like, yeah, we're going to give you a knife. Like, I know it was like that in Dune, but I think Dune there was almost some sort of like a kind of an honor or tradition, like you're fighting, even though they have like ships and shields, that you're fighting hand-to-hand combat. It's like almost like a stripping everything back, you know, and really like saying who is the better skilled fighter when they, you know, drop the shields and drop the bombs and all that kind of stuff. Like, but this here, a bit funny the way they give him a knife, but yeah, he's got his little machete yoke. So I'm guessing the lights, the eyes in the helmet, the green eyes here, I'm guessing they light up. Can't remember the name of this actor. I know one of them is very, very famous and is a big deal in Asia. So you got these kind of like mechanized parts on the shoulders as well. I gotta say the gun is amazing. If you've been following the channel, you know I'm a big Aliens fan, and I just love the Colonial Marines and their armor and their helmets, and like even the way they have stuff scribbled onto their helmets and stuff like that, and the pulse rifles and all the weaponry they come with. I just think I really like that design. I just appreciate that so much. There's a whole team involved in like the wardrobe and a team involved in armor and costume design. I really appreciate that, and I love watching like storyboards, or even like, I know you can get those Star Wars books when they show you the final design for the X-Wing, but they also show you some of the other rejected designs, or even the evolution from like where it ended up being to what it first looked like and all the development. I just love that, and I love the admire the creativity and the talent of these people. But yeah, this pulse rifle thing looks amazing. It seems to have some sort of a grenade or something in his left hand. It's red. I like the way that's red as well, because these suits are kind of samey. They're kind of like dark, and they're blacks and greys, and you know, a bit like kind of the font is white, but they're kind of samey. So that kind of like, even that grenade, that red grenade, adds a pop of colors, same as the eyes do, and the same. Look at the detail on that gun. That's insane. So yeah, look, so that's Tyler. It looks the business, I gotta say, and they look great together. If you're getting these, if you like the movie and you're getting these, I think you kind of have to get the two of them, and they look great together, especially if you could have them lit up with like a fusion reactor and hide the wires. It should be very easy to hide the wires behind these characters, because they're both dark, they're both black, so like the suits are black, so you'll be able to hide those wires behind them quite easily. It's not as if it's like a white suit and then the black wire is very obvious, so it should be easy to manage those wires behind. Dog shouting here, dog's barking here, probably hear him. So yeah, look, Tyler looks good. Quick flick through Johnson. They're very similar. I think the guns are similar. I think the suits are the exact same. It makes sense that they're military or whatever. I'm wondering why the eyes are different color. Maybe it's so people can distinguish between Tyler and Johnson in the movie. I cannot remember why. Maybe it's just a design choice. Yeah, it looks creepy. Almost like the helmet looks kind of like, it reminds me of Vulture, actually, in a way, from MCU, when he has the helmet on, his eyes light up. I think this is I think both actors are famous in Asia, but I think this guy's really famous. I can't remember. I remember reading about it before. Even like just noticing like on his shoulders, these straps here. Apologies again for the dog barking. He's going mad here. These straps here, that attention to detail and this thing around his neck, and even the parts that kind of rise up behind on the shoulders, it looks absolutely incredible. So just again, this is a testament to Hot Toys. Again, something that's not Marvel, something that's not DC, something that's not Star Wars. So it's great when you get these like one-offs that people really want, like the Predator from the Prey movie, John Wick, Peacemaker's DC, the Alita Battle Angel, these two as well. So absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I think it looks incredible. But this is a classic example of, I pass on a lot of things I like to get the things I love. I cannot justify buying something just because it looks cool, because if I get into that, I know that they'll be the first things to be sold. So yeah, look, that's just a quick recap on the news in terms of, you know, so we've got an incoming drop for an artisan Captain Jack Sparrow. We have got the Hot Toys Batmobile reissue is due to be released by the looks of things any day or week now. Probably, I'd imagine, in the next few weeks. And could be this week. And of course we got Tyler and Johnson released, and they both look incredible, but no, not for me. So in these ones, my wallet's safe. But then again, if you think about it, is it really safe? Probably would have been safer if I went for that Hot Toys Batmobile, but I ended up going for the Jazz Inc. So chipping away on that payment plan. Folks, that's the end of the video. If you want to support the channel, please. Oh, by the way, shout out to anyone who's taken the time to subscribe to the channel. We're like 3,144 subscribers, which is kind of mind-blowing. I did not think that would get that far. But look, if you're watching this right now and you want to support the channel, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, let me know if you're picking up any of these or you're interested in any of these or not. Consider becoming a channel member, and yeah, you can also follow me on Instagram and on X. That's it. That's the end of the video. See you in the next one. Good luck.